Hi everybody, it's Josh Singer from Hypnotherapy Thanks for so much for joining me today on this video tip of the week. So today we're going to talk about business cards and some of the big mistakes that I see people making with their business cards, and also very important elements that you cannot afford to leave out of your business card. So let's get right to it and look at this business card that I drew up, this sample business card. This is a typical boring business card that I see most people trying to get. They type in Google to, hypnosis business cards, and they're looking to, design some sort of cheap hypnosis business card. And that's fine, and they'll get those business cards, and it'll be a complete waste of money for them because they haven't understood the psychology behind really what's going on and what you need to do with your business cards, so it doesn't end up like every other one out there and it ends up being written on or just tossed in the trash. So let's look at some of the problems with this business card here. So we've got Sally Smith Hypnosis, a slimmer you, and we've got a little title and a cute little graphic, address and phone number, that sort of thing. So let's look at some of the big problems here. First of all, you can see it's very simple, which is a good thing, but also it doesn't tell me to do anything as a prospect. All it does is tell me who you are. It doesn't tell me how I, as a prospect, am going to benefit from working with you. So first of all, let's look at the title here, Sally Smith Hypnosis. First of all, never brand yourself with your name. You never want to say John Smith Hypnosis or John Smith Hypnotherapy Practice or what have you. You want to portray the most professional image that you can. Again, every marketing material that I put out there, and I encourage you to do the same, I want you to ask yourself a question. And that question is, if I was a doctor or a lawyer, would I feel comfortable, and would this make me look professional like a doctor or a lawyer? And you can even think about maybe some of the things that you've seen your doctor or your attorney perhaps have in their marketing. And you want the most professional, slick-looking things as possible when you market yourself visually, whether it be your website or whether it be a business card. Now again, you can't have slick for the sake of being slick. It always has to have a message and has to have a call to action, which is going to get that prospect to pick up the phone and call you. So I would, again, first of all, take out this Sally Smith Hypnosis and come up with a different name for the business. Also, a slimmer you. We've all seen these kinds of titles and names for a business, these cutesy little titles for hypnotherapy practices, and it just doesn't do it. First of all, it's very unprofessional. Second of all, it's very cheesy. You just don't want to be portraying that kind of image. Next, we've got this Sally Smith Clinical Hypnotherapist. You can see it's kind of a weird font, a little bit of a new agey font. Again, we want professionalism. Also, this cute little graphic here. Yeah, you might say, oh, this is exactly, this will make people laugh and it'll be fun and a nice time for them, and they'll say, oh yeah, that'll be me stepping on the scale. No. Again, would a doctor or a lawyer put this kind of graphic on their marketing materials? I don't think so. So again, I would get rid of this graphic completely. You can also see how we have maybe 1, 2, 3 different fonts here. The thing is, whenever you have a visual type of marketing message, what you want to do is you want to have a very consistent styles of fonts all across the board, really meaning just 1, maybe 2 fonts at the most. Because the eye gets confused and gets tired when it sees too many different kinds of elements. So again, you want really to have only 1 or 2 different fonts completely. Another big thing is the rule of 3. I learned this from one of my mentors, that anytime you have some sort of visual marketing piece, you want to only have 3 elements on the page. We have maybe 1, these lines are 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. And the eye gets confused. It's sort of, when the eye gets confused, it just sort of shuts down and it says, I don't want to think about this anymore, and next. And your business card is then ending up in the trash. So you only want to have 3 or so elements at the most. And again, the biggest thing that I'm going to show you in these other examples that we're going to look at in just a minute here is that you're going to see how the business card is very you focused in terms of really talking to the prospect and talking to the prospect's needs, talking to the prospect's benefits, the benefits they're going to get out of using hypnosis. And again, you'll see that it's organized much differently and that sort of thing. So let's get to that right here. I'm going to close this up here. And now look at these 2 business card size. This is the front and this is the back here. So you can see, first of all, the first thing that's different is that it's a vertical business card. Not many people have vertical business cards, and I think it's a good way to make things stand out. Again, you don't want to be doing everything that everybody else is doing. The most consistent and predictable marketing materials that are going to be good for you is going to be basically everything that's opposite of what everyone else is doing. And that's going to make you stand out in your prospect's mind. It's going to grab their attention because we're so deluged by advertisements and marketing that we just sort of tune a lot of things out. So that's the biggest way you're going to get attention. So again, you can see it almost looks like a cover of a book. We've got the 6 biggest mistakes dieters make and how to prepare yourself for weight loss. Anytime that you write a headline or that you have some sort of, the first thing that your prospect is going to see, you really want to make it about the problem that they're experiencing. People always talk about solutions and hypnosis solutions and that sort of thing. And you're not talking to the big red light in your prospect brain, which is, what is my problem? In terms of, I have this problem that's eating at me, that's so hard and difficult in my life. How am I going to ever overcome this problem? That's what people are walking around with. They're walking around with problems, and you need to address those problems, and you need to see and talk to those kinds of issues so that your prospect stands up and says, hey, this person really understands what I'm going through. This person really understands my problem. So we have the 6 biggest mistakes dieters make and how to prepare yourself for weight loss. So everybody wants to avoid making mistakes. That's a very standard kind of template for a headline. In terms of, if somebody reads this, they say, oh, maybe I was making one of these mistakes with weight loss. And suddenly, all of a sudden, you've got their attention, you've got their interest. Now you've got how to prepare yourself for weight loss. Now we have a professional looking graphic here. And now we have a call to action. This is what we want the prospect to do. Again, every marketing material that I see that people are making mistakes with usually has something like call for an appointment today or call us to set up your appointment for weight loss. And you're not going to get many people doing that because, first of all, hypnosis is something that you need to educate your prospects on. You need to educate them first before they feel comfortable doing business with you. So the big thing what we're going to do is we're going to try and gather email addresses. And again, this is a 2-step lead generation process where the first step is simply getting your prospect to raise their hand for more information. And then once we have a list, we can then market and send messages to that list over and over until they buy our services. So here we have get a free report worth $75 on the 6 most common mistakes made by dieters. So you can see we're giving away something free. We're giving away good free information. And we also say how much this is actually worth. It's a free report worth $75. They're getting real value here. It's not some sort of, just boring free special report which everybody else is seeing. It's really worth something. And talking about the mistakes. And again, we have a simple call to action. Simply go to Hypnosis Cleveland and click on the graphic above. Now notice I don't say anything about subscribing or give us your email address. Nothing like that. We want them simply just to get onto the computer and go to the website and then click on that graphic, and that's where we'll ask them for the email address.